that's cheating. No. It's time to take a wild ride back to the past. Sit back and relax and enjoy this episode of Everything. WrestleMania cartridge can only mean one thing. We're playing Super WrestleMania on the Super Famicom. As you can see here, this is WWF World Wrestling Federation Super WrestleMania for the Super Famicom. It's a Japanese version, which is quite interesting. I wonder if there's any differences between the American and Japanese version. We'll have to check that out. Right here on the front label, you have the glorious WrestleMania logo, except for this WrestleMania logo is Super. You had the WWF logo right there on top, and you can see there's a few different WWF superstars on the front label of the cartridge right here. One of them, or actually two of them right here, are the Road Warriors. Now the Road Warriors, which is quite interesting, the Road Warriors actually left the WWF soon after this game released. They weren't in WWF for that long. Eventually they came back, but soon after this game released, they were pretty much over in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then eventually went back to WCW. And then you have Randy Macho Man Savage, and Randy Macho Man Savage also eventually left WWF. At this time, he wasn't really that much of a wrestler. He was a color commentator. He wrestled a few matches here and there, so he wasn't really a big attraction at that time. But, you know, shortly after, probably within a couple years, he would have eventually left to WCW. And then you have a real interesting one right here, Sid Vicious. Now, Sid Vicious left around the same time this game released. He left the WWF, World Wrestling Federation. He decided to go back to WCW. So, somehow he still landed inside this game. He's still in the game itself, and he was also in the Steel Cage Challenge for NES, and somehow he was not in the Game Gear version. Assumingly they took him out. And once again, just like everybody else on the cover, Jake the Snake Roberts also eventually left the WWF shortly after appearing on the label on this game. Maybe this game has like a curse, like the WWE 2K curse. So this WrestleMania, Super WrestleMania curse, everybody on the front cover eventually left the World Wrestling Federation rather shortly after this game released. And then last but not least, you have Hulk Hogan. And yeah, Hulk Hogan, you know the story with him. He hung around for a little bit, but soon after he left WWF and went to New Japan for a little bit, then went to WCW. So yeah, he wasn't around that much longer after this game released either, so that was interesting. Yeah, so that's Super WrestleMania. The label is a nice looking label. It's a bit dated for the time. During this time, WWE or WWF was transitioning into the new era where they had like guys like Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, things like that. And yeah, so let's pop in the Japanese version of Super WrestleMania and let's check it out. Let's see if there's any differences between the American and the Japanese version. Alright, so we have the WWF Super WrestleMania copyrights, and oh my god, the LJN logo right there. Don't let the angry video game nerd see that. He might freak out. Okay, we get the LJN. It's LTD. Registered trademark. And then we have the WWF Super WrestleMania logo right there with the registered trademark and the TM right there on the side of the WrestleMania logo. Looks like a very, very awesome title screen right there. And I guess right here we have the main menu. We have one player versus computer or two players, one or the other right here. And in the background you have the World Wrestling Federation Championship belt, the white version of the belt, which was held by the Ultimate Warrior. Let's see if we can play the game here. You have a Survivor Series mode. It makes me wonder why didn't they just call the game Survivor Series? And unlike Steel Cage Challenge on the NES, this game did not have a steel cage at all, which kind of infuriated me because Steel Cage Challenge was pretty awesome in my opinion. And if this was so much more super than WrestleMania Steel Cage Challenge, then why didn't they keep the steel cage? I mean, and right here we have your select screen right here, and you have what appears to be the Undertaker's theme song. Let's listen to it right here. And that definitely sounds like the Undertaker's theme song. I wonder if it's a little different from the SNES version. This is the Japanese Super Famicom version. Hailing for Death Valley, weighing 300 and blah blah pounds. The Undertaker. You can hear Howard Finkel saying that. Then right here you have the Macho Man Randy Savage. It's definitely very Macho Man-ish. It's definitely his music. You got Jake the Snake Roberts. It's one of my favorite things about these games is going through and listening to the actual music. You have Hulk Hogan. It's a very 16-bit-ish rendition of Hulk Hogan right there. And of course, Hulk Hogan was the top star at the time. If there was any label art, Hulk Hogan was usually the biggest portion of the label art. And the Undertaker was a new star at the time. He was brand new, so yeah. 20 years, 30 years later, the Undertaker is still the man. You have the Legion of Doom Hawk. Sounds actually pretty good. Not bad. Then you have Earthquake. You can hear the earthquake in the background. You have that little drum beat. Sounds just like Earthquake's music. It's pretty good. And for all you WCW fans, John Tenta would be the name that he went by. Or Shark. And they have Typhoon. Very pissed off looking Typhoon. He has the same exact music. They have Sid Vicious. And Sid Vicious was also in Steel Cage Challenge on the NES. He was not in Steel Cage Challenge for Game Gear. I'm not sure if they decided to have a smaller roster or they cut him out. I mean, it would make sense that they cut him out because he eventually left shortly after this game came out. You have Ted DiBiase. Surprised they don't have IRS. Because that would have given us like 3 tag teams. Alright, let's choose a wrestler here. Let's choose a random wrestler. Let's see here. Now I'm going to do Sid Vicious. Who is Sid Vicious going to... Oh, it's going to be Sid Vicious versus Jake the Snake Roberts. From West Memphis, Arkansas, weighing 318 pounds. Sid Justice, at the time they called him Sid Justice. Over in WCW, they called him Sid Vicious. Then over here we have his opponent. From Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing 249 pounds, Jake the Snake Roberts. And you have the primitive Super Nintendo graphics. But still... better than, I wonder if he does the power bomb here. Still better than the Steel Cage Challenge graphics. Alright, it's kicking my ass. I remember I bought this game from my cousin at Funkeland. in the late 90s for the Sega Genesis. And the game was like maybe $5. It wasn't that much, but he had a Genesis. So, yeah, you can still buy Genesis games and Super Nintendo games around that time. It was around 98, 99. And we played this game on the Genesis more than I've ever played it on the Super Nintendo. I believe the roster is slightly different. I don't quite recall what the Genesis roster is, but I would have to track the game down. And you can see the commentators right there. One of them will definitely looks like Bobby the Brain Heenan on the left side. Get up. The other commentator, I'm not sure who that's supposed to be honest. Maybe Gorilla Monsoon, but it doesn't really look like Gorilla Monsoon, to be honest, at all. Maybe Vince McMahon himself. And when they do the pins, it sounds like Jesse Ventura. Let me see if he pins me real quick. Let's see. Pin me. Alright, now listen to this. Kind of sounded like Jesse Ventura. And Jake the Snake, and then you have the picture of Howard Finkel right there. And he announces the winner, Jake the Snake Roberts, and you have a selection. You can either do a start over or a rematch. Let's start over. Alright. So that's one-on-one. Of course, you could have a tag team match also. What your tag team match, you can have the Road Warriors. You'll see who... Oh, man. Anything involving The Undertaker is a little scary. So we have the Road Warriors coming to the ring right here. Got Hawk and Animal. They came out separately for some reason. That's kind of strange. And then you have The Undertaker coming out. With Jake the Snake Roberts, that's actually a pretty interesting tag team right there. Let's see if they punch him in the face. Get over here. Oh, he slammed him straight to the mat. Yeah, take that, Undertaker. In a Steel Cage Challenge on Game Gear, the Undertaker is very, very dominating, especially in cage matches. He won't last more than a minute, guaranteed. I believe that I reviewed. Well, I didn't review. I recorded the footage of the game. It will be uploaded eventually. If not, it's uploaded already. I have these wrestling games for this week being uploaded in very, very random order. I just tagged in. Okay. Now Animal's getting back in. So eventually you're going to be seeing Steel Cage Challenge for the Game Gears. You might go blind watching it though. He threw my ass outside the ring. What the hell is that? Yeah, take that. Alright, let's get back in the ring. And as you know, back then, a lot of these wrestlers had some really, really bad habits outside the ring, I guess. They drank a lot, took a lot of drugs back then. And, unfortunately, Animal passed away. Actually, no, it wasn't Hawk. It was Hawk. Yeah, it was Hawk that passed away. Oh, I thought it was... I'm going to have to look that up. I think this game has it wrong. Let me pause it real quick. I'm going to look that up real quick. Let's watch the screen. I'm going to look it up for a second. It was Hawk. Okay, so Hawk passed away. Unfortunately. He's a good wrestler, but he had his demons, and Jake the Snake Roberts had quite a bit of demons as well, and he came clean recently with the DDP Yoga. You know, at the time that Hawk passed away, there was no DDP Yoga, unfortunately. Something like that could have helped back then. Let's see if we can get back in the ring. You can see Bobby Heenan pointing the finger at Vince McMahon out there. Look at that. He's pointing the finger at him. He's getting pissed off. And you got the Jake the Snake Roberts trying to pin me. Kick out, kick out. No. It actually hurts my hand playing this. It's, man. So let's try out another match here. We got the World Wrestling Federation Winged Eagle title belt. Survivor Series. Alright, so as you may know, The Undertaker debuted at Survivor Series. I believe it was either 90 or 91. So by the time this game came out, he's only been with the company for a couple of years. If not, maybe a year and a half. This came out early 92, this game, so The Undertaker's been around for maybe a year and a half. If not, maybe less than a year, because if it was Survivor Series 91, yeah, I don't know, I would have to look that up. You can look that up. Comment down below and let me know when the Undertaker debut was. It 90 or was it 91? And okay, let's pick Hulk Hogan. All right, now player one, choose a wrestler. Okay. Mega Powers. Ted DiBiase. We do a Hulk and let's see, animal. Earthquake, Typhoon. Okay, it looks like the computer's picking these guys, so we're gonna have Hulkamania versus Earthquake, and then this is a Survivor Series qualification match. And I don't think I'm gonna win because these games were. Let me see. Oh, what the hell is this? It's a tag team match. Did I pick Survivor Series or did I pick Okay, maybe it's not a tournament. Maybe it's some sort of, I don't know. Oh, what the, oh, that was one hell of a drop kick. And just in case you never saw Earthquake wrestle, he actually did a pretty damn good drop kick for a big guy. So, yeah, this is the real deal. See if we can punch him, yeah, knock his ass out. Look how big the ring apron is. It comes up to Hogan's chest. This ring apron's probably like 6 feet tall. It's taller than me. You know, all the modern women wrestlers probably their heads will be below the actual mat. Get in the ring. Oh shit, you can't get in the ring from this side. Oh, Titan Cat, what the hell? And of course you have Earthquake and Typhoon showing off. Oh no. Okay, I get it now. This is a Survivor Series. It's not a tournament. It's I don't know why I thought it was a tournament. Okay, so Hogan just got eliminated. Now we have Macho Man's Randy Savage left. And Ted DiBiase just came out. Oh, he ran. What the hell? Did I just run myself into the turnbuckle? And you have Typhoon fresh from the corner in the ring. And Typhoon is as lethal as Earthquake, so you have to be careful. Let's see if Macho Man can actually inflict some damage. Oh my god. Oh, he threw me into the turnbuckle again. He's slapping my face. Come on. Yeah, take that. I'm going to do the elbow drop. Alright, let's climb up the top rope here. Let's do an elbow drop. Yeah. Oh, he missed the elbow drop. He was actually doing an elbow drop too. That was pretty cool. Oh, he ran right through me. Oh, he missed a drop kick. Time for an elbow drop. Oh, he missed. Oh, that was devastating. So at the time, oh man, hip toss. At the time, The Macho Man Randy Savage was not wrestling that much. He wrestled only a few times. He was doing color commentary. Come on, DiBiase. Oh, what a twist. Imagine if DiBiase let me lose and then joined Earthquake and Typhoon, because of course he's a heel. There's no way he's a babyface. That would have been a perfect heel turn right there. I'm gonna have to tag him in because I don't trust him. Gotta punch him and oh, he's actually doing pretty good. Oh, I don't know what the hell he was trying to do there, but yeah, he's actually doing pretty good. He pinned him. Pin him. Okay, is everybody just going to stand around and watch? Poor Typhoon. He got absolutely no help. Alright, he's tagging in the Earthquake, who is in better shape than Typhoon is at the moment. And he just headbutt me, and that looked like it was quite painful. Holy shit. Where the hell did Undertaker come from? Oh man, I am dead. The Undertaker, fresh out of who the hell knows where, just came out of nowhere. And now I am gonna die. It's a guarantee. Alright, let's see if we can beat the Undertaker. He's kind of outpowering me a little bit. Oh, that was awesome. I hip tossed him outside the ring. Oh, why is he always gotta miss? Why? Why can't it be like WrestleMania the arcade game where no matter what you hit him, even if it's across the ring, it's like completely over the top. Get up! Oh, he kicked out of the Undertaker's pin. That's gonna piss the Undertaker off. And it looks like the Undertaker is getting really pissed off. He's trying to pin me again. Oh, Ted DiBiase kicked out twice. Oh my god. He's gonna have to rest in peace later on, man. He's gonna be, oh my, oh, you missed a dropkick. That would have been devastating. Oh, they ran into, what the hell was that? They ran into each other. I guess they both had the same idea. Come on, Ted DiBiase, kick out. He kicked out again. The Undertaker's infuriation. He's pissed off. He's very infuriated. Pin him. Yeah. Oh, that time Earthquake actually hit me. Ain't that something? He didn't care about Typhoon at all, but he's actually very persistent to help the Undertaker. It looks like the Undertaker's intimidating him a bit. He knows that if he does not help the Undertaker, that he's going to get, one of the Undertaker's old school beatings. He's going to get the Tombstone Power Driver. And I damn. So now who's left? Just Macho Man Randy Savage. Is there anyone? Oh, look, I got. It looks like Hawk. So this appears to be like your normal Survivor Series match. Except so you can only have 2 wrestlers on each side at a time. There's like a limitation there. And Macho Man died pretty quick. His health bar is like all the way drained to oblivion. You definitely look in the background at the crowd. You have pretty much the same guy over and over again. You have the white t-shirt, pink t-shirt, and blue t-shirt. And the pink t-shirt is definitely a Bret the Hitman Hart fan, Hart Foundation. And the Undertaker is not fucking around right now. He's pissed off. Try to break Hawk's neck. Let's see if I can get back in the ring. Count him out. Oh, no. Undertaker single-handedly taking everybody out. Let's see if Hawk can actually pull off a miracle and beat the Undertaker. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, he no-sold. Oh my God, that should have been at least a 2 count. What a dirtbag. Oh, that was an awesome drop kick. Holy shit, Jake the Snake Roberts is over there. Alright, so Jake the Snake Roberts is fresh from the corner. The Undertaker disappeared. Apparently the Undertaker is taking a break. And he landed, I'm not sure if that was a drop kick or a leg drop from the top rope. Or an elbow drop possibly. It looked like a combination of all three. Let's see if I can land something. As always. Kick out. Oh! That was devastating. Then we have Howard Finkel. I was really good at playing WrestleMania the arcade game. And WrestleMania Steel Cage Challenge on the NES. The arcade game on the PlayStation, of course. But the Steel Cage Challenge on the NES was one of my favorite wrestling games from back in the early 90s. It's definitely a pretty fun game. This game right here, though, is... it wasn't quite my favorite game. It was a little bit on the harder side. I would rather play Steel Cage Challenge on the NES than play Super WrestleMania. Just being honest. To me, it was a lot more fun. However, the graphics, the music, and the illustrations are definitely way better than what you get over on the NES. And of course, it's much better than what you get on the Game Gear version of Steel Cage Challenge. So yeah. If you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you think is going to happen at WrestleMania or the G1 Madison Square Garden special if you're watching New Japan Pro Wrestling or Ring of Honor. And if you're a wrestling fan, comment down below. Just let me know what your favorite wrestler is.